Hiya, it's Vicky from Pink Lime Mango here, and in this video I'm going to show you how I assemble and make my earrings. I'll also show you later on in the video how I attach the earring posts to the backs of my earrings, so look out for that later on. I'm going to show you the final product, so this is a follow-on from my previous video, Play with Clay, so I'll put a link to that at the end of this video if you want to watch that one. Okay, so these are the earrings that I've made. So these are from leftover polymer clay drilling shavings, and I've sort of mixed them into the white clay to produce these earrings. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video, have a little watch along. In addition to the earrings that I made for myself from the leftover clay, I've also got these little ones that I will hope to put on my website this evening. So they should be live by the time the video is published. So I've got 2 pairs of these hoops. I've also got that pair of dangles that you'll see me making in the video. Today I'm assembling my polymer clay earrings that I've made from drilling shavings and white clay. If you watched my last video, you would have seen how I've made these earrings from a scrap clay. I've already drilled the holes in the components, so I'm just lining up the earrings here ready for the jump rings. I'll put a link on my screen to the previous video at the end of this one. It's called Play with Clay. So I'm going to just attach these white jump rings to the earrings. Sometimes I use these pliers, sometimes I just use my hands, because these jump rings are quite kind of flexible and quite big, so it's easy to use your hands. I've already drilled the holes, as you can see, so it's just simply a case of connecting the jump rings into the holes. I'll show you how I use these jump rings as well. So I use 2 pliers, and then you twist in the opposite direction like that to open the jump ring. And insert into the hole there. I've already sort of lightly sanded the edges of these pieces because it's like a granite sort of stone-like finish. I've not really sanded the actual polymer clay pieces as much as I would do normally because it's quite a nice rough textured finish that I like. So again, to close, use 2 pliers and then twist back together, whoops, until it's nice and closed and even. There's the first set. So I ordered these white jump rings especially for these earrings because I only had black jump rings in stock, and I really felt like, you know, the white would suit this style of earring. And the white clay that I've used was from new stock, but all of the little pieces that you can see inside, like all of the drilling shavings, that's all kept from all of the previous earrings that I've made out of polymer clay. And sometimes you get these really cool spirals of clay, sometimes you just get little bits of confetti like pieces, but because they're so colourful it looks really cool. You can see on the surface there's even like a little bit of glitter that you might be able to see there embedded into the clay, and it does give this nice rough textured surface. Okay, I'll finish adding these on. I might speed up the video so you don't have to watch it all. I'm going to use silver plated posts for these, because I've only got silver plated in this sort of big size here, which is good for the backs of them. I'll show you how I attach the backs as well. So that's two pairs of one pair of earring, even one pair of earrings made up there with the white jump rings. I'll show you how I glue the backs on. So let's get rid of these first. So these are silver plated posts. I think these are about 8mm in diameter. I use a super glue gel and I need some cotton buds and some isopropyl alcohol I've got as well. So I use that to clean the backs of the polymer clay where I'm going to affix, where I'm going to stick these posts. Because the surface is quite textured already, I probably don't need to do this part, but when I've got really smooth polymer clay, I tend to scratch the surface just so the posts actually adhere better, so there's more kind of roughness on the surface for the glue to attach to, rather than it being perfectly smooth. I'm also going to sand, so I've got a little bit of sandpaper here which I've attached to some foam. I'm going to gently sand the backs of these, again just so there's more sort of rough surface area for the glue to attach to. Just gives a bit more grippiness. And just going to put a little bit of this isopropyl alcohol. It's actually brush cleaner, but it's the same ingredients. So I think it's also known as surgical spirit. So I'm just going to quickly wipe all of the dust and dirt off the pads of the earrings, let that dry for a bit as well, and gently wipe the area where I'm going to glue on. This is just to get rid of any oils from like fingerprints or any dust, any sort of, you know, of the sanding dust that might be left over. Just pull this back in. Okay, just going to wait a bit for that to dry. The reason I like using super glue gel is because it's easier to control. So it's actually, if I was to use normal super glue, it would just run out of this tube. So it's quite hard to press. Bear with. I literally just need a dot on each, probably even less than that, but that's plenty. Just gonna clean the nozzle before I seal it. Okay, and then I just get each post and press it down. I tend to hold it there for at least sort of 30 seconds or a bit longer if I can, just to make sure it's fully you know, attached. Can't think of the word then. I am going to just quickly wipe the excess because it was squeezing out the sides. So just got cotton buds next to me to do that. Yeah, there's probably a bit too much glue there that I put on. That's fine. So yeah, I'll just press it for a few more seconds just to make sure it does stick really well and adhere. And again, this is a bit of an experiment because from the Play with Clay video, I just decided to add the drilling shavings into the white clay to see what would happen. And I've not worked with this texture clay before because there's lots of bits in it and it's quite a rough texture. So I'm going to do a test to make sure, you know, after 24 hours that the posts have adhered enough and, you know, they're not going to fall off and they should be good to go. So I'll set these to one side to dry. Yeah, I think this normally takes like a day to dry, but I usually leave it a bit longer as well before I sell them. And I've also made a pair of these cute earrings from some of the clay that had black and white stripes attached to it. So that's the same granite base, but with black and white stripy pieces on it. Okay, I'm going to make some hoops as well, because I've got these cute little studs, and I was going to make studs out of them, but because it's such a small surface area for the post and it is quite textured, I wasn't sure if a smaller stud would you know, stay stuck with super glue. So it's probably safer to put these little ones on hooks. Just got to grab my little hand drill. One. There we go. So I'm just going to drill right in the center. And again with the second one. I love using this wooden block. I have no idea where it came from, probably a woodwork shop when I was at uni. But I use it for a lot of things, especially for assembling earrings. It's just a nice sturdy base to work from. So that's holes in the middle of those two. I'm going to drill holes in the middle of these as well. Let's see what they look like. In this little box here, I've got some earring cards. So they're mini earring cards, which I also use as business cards. So they've got a dual purpose. Either I use them to attach studs or hoops to, but if somebody wanted my website details or contact details, I also give them those mini cards. I'll show you them in a bit. Right, I'm just going to attach these studs to here, and yeah, I usually always do them backwards. Can never work out which way round to do it until I see it. Yeah, that's the right way, because that's the part that actually goes into your ear first. So they go that way. And that's the second one. Yeah, they're quite cute. I quite like the black hoops with those ones. I do have some sort of rainbow coloured hoops as well, which I'll try with the white granite ones, or these white colourful granite ones, and I'll see what they look like with those. And it's nice, so you've got this colour changing rainbow hoop, but I think I prefer the black hoop with those ones. Let's see. Yeah, I much prefer the black. Put those on as well. That way, I think, yeah. Cool. Okay, so in here is where the little mini business cards are. I've actually saved these because I've got some kind of leftover cards from where I've put studs onto different things, or just sold some items or kept them for myself. So I still have a lot of spare of these cards. So I'm gonna just put the hoops through the card just to see what they look like on this little backing card. I think they look really cute on these. That's really lovely. I like that. Let's do the other one as well. I do have like bigger backing cards which are like postcard size. I'm just going to rub out the old price. So it's a price, oops, just get getting my eraser. It was a price for some studs that are camouflage, so I named it Camo. So that's actually my skew on the back there for a previous pair of earrings. Skew is a stock keeping unit. So for each pair of earrings, I give it a skew. So when it's on my website, Pink Lime Mango, everything, I can keep track of all the inventory really easily. There we go. I quite like these displayed like that. Great. Click on the end screen here for the previous video about the process of me making these beautiful polymer clay earrings. Thanks for watching.